Hi, my name's Jennifer Taylor, and welcome to 108 Healing Senses podcast. And I'm so happy to introduce my wonderful friend and soul sister, Robin, from Robin's Realm Readings. Welcome.
Hi, hi. It's a joy.
It
It's
is
always a joy with you.
always a joy
It's
and always a
always
pleasure.
people move forward. Thank you.
So, what? So, this podcast is all about providing solutions to people in a world full of problems. I felt it was an important place to attract heart-centered souls that had knowledge and wisdom and insights that could help people right now. Is there anything
Mhm.
that you'd like to share today or discuss?
Yes, I think you're hit the nail on the head when it comes to once a person has, excuse me, what we call ascension. Once a person has done through this series of events in their life and they've come to an awareness who they are, and they want to know more about who they are, little by little, their environment changes, their relationships change, their desires for those type of energies change. They have a strong yearning inside to improve their path, their location, their companionships, what they put in their heart, mind, and body.
Yeah.
And it's all really relevant, I've learned, the heart, mind, and body connection, to have a purified body, a cleansed mind, a cleansed spiritual path,
Mm,
and a goal. On my journey, and I'm still on it, of course, we all are. I discovered that even in my trials, I had the capability to receive and to give
mm,
um, positive energy, to receive it. This is where a lot of people make the mistake. They're no longer in the I need um, phase. They're in the I want phase with themselves. I want it to be this way, and because I want it that way, that's heart centered. They immediately start making the changes that are needed to bring the right people into your sphere
mm.
that can encourage you to make the next step, or to trust in yourself, or to whatever that is you need to do. And that I believe the divine has used people like myself and you, Jen, beautiful souls who've been through hell
Mm.
and rose back up out of it,
Yes.
and have self-sovereignty now. I take responsibility for what I'm deciding. I take responsibility, and take my hands off of someone else, because you cannot control them. You can inspire one another.
Yes.
I learned. So what I decided to do was to take all that I learned, which I'm still learning. I've been through a lot, hardships, but to find people that need encouragement, to bring whatever I could to your table, to
Mm.
encourage you to make that next step, or to believe in yourself, um, or to just seek faith, whatever that is for you. It's all about love, though, really,
Yes.
unconditional love,
Yeah.
and that speaking of that unconditional love. And that's pretty much where it all boils down to, is your real intentions. You
Mm.
know, what are your real intentions? And I just wanted to add about that. I think that's critical, that you have really, that you understand that no matter what you think, feel, and desire, the universe hears it. It works with you. It's energy. You're moving in a direction towards something, and and it's going to meet you where you are. May the road rise up to meet you, right, as you're elevating.
Mm.
And the challenges become harder as you're elevating. But then again, if you're elevating correctly with humility, but self-sovereignty, you will automatically attract people that will help you, like yourself in my life. Advanced people that no longer happy with the status quo, no
Mm.
longer happy with the old way. And then what happens is, as you make these really, really good connections, chips of the old falls off, chips of the karma.
Mm.
Karma dealt with, replaced with Dharma. I believe in karma and Dharma.
Yeah.
Live through it. Uh, I believe the old just drop eventually, just if you let it go. See, that's the problem with some folks in my work, is sometimes they don't let go. It takes a long time. to let go of a thought or a behavior or a relationship or the connection to that relationship. And that's what hinders you from lasting out like a butterfly and
Yeah.
just being confidently out here, giving and receiving reciprocal balance and energy and love.
Mm.
Yeah. That's one thing I noticed.
I've found when people are too attached, and I've been there myself as well, if you have too much attachment on a label or a person or a relationship or a situation or a thing, you're unable to transform that energy into actually, well, what do I want? What is in my highest? And if I want love, then I must align myself in love always. It's actually what I listened to a bit of your live earlier, and you said similar words to that, and it was about aligning your frequency in love. And I had said that to myself many
Yeah.
times in times of darkness for myself. Is like, whatever the situation is outside of me, I will always align myself, taking self-responsibility, align myself in love always. Doesn't matter what's going on outside of you, and things will shift. The people that aren't aligned in love that are around you will gently fall away or be removed for you for any amount of time. If they are hindering your destiny or your mission, they probably will be removed, especially in these times. There's no
It's
time to waste now.
that because I was thinking about one of the triggers for changing, and that was the codependency on the energy. And I remember before I actually got it, and you're releasing, and I'm sitting in my chair and I'm like, why don't they ever call me anymore? Those things come through your head like, do they not love you? Blah, 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 blah. And see, that's the ego mind. That's the ego mind. That is not the soul. That is not your true soul. And when you realize that you're really kind of dependent, you'll fall back if you're not very intentional. Again, the word intentional as a human being, critical. It can really show you many, many things about yourself. If you are into whatever your intentions are. So they say energy goes where intention, where attention goes, energy flows.
That's it.
It says attention. I'm saying intention because with intention, I had a deep question of the universe in meditation one time, and I was able to have an akashic journey right there in my sorrow. I had an amethyst in my hands, so I had I think you should actually, if you're trying to have a crown chakra clearing or understand something or see something spiritual about yourself so you can heal it and
Mm,
be in the now. Thank you, Eckhart Tolle. I love Eckhart Tolle. The reasoning is very clear,
mm,
but I was able to see a past life. But it really was about, and it was very clear, and it really came down to one thing: revitalizing the throat chakra, revitalizing the power within,
mm,
knowing who are you. And that's exactly why I was able to see that and
yeah.
ask the spirit guides from intention, who am I? Why do I have issues with such and such? And really stop and listen. This is the problem. You could call it whatever you want, source, Yah, God. If your guide, your higher power asks you a question, and you don't take a minute to really contemplate it, you will find yourself stuck. It's intuition. It's your divine guidance. It's I have something better for you to understand, do, or be, and I don't want you to replay this out anymore. Stop.
Yeah.
I'll bring you. This is where faith comes in. I will bring magnetically attract to you those that need to be in your life because you need them and they need you at this moment where
Mm,
you are on this frequency at this moment. And it's a lovely thing when you really listen
mm,
because you get to meet people like yourself.
yes. When you
It's not
trust.
about, it's not just about me. It's about me being in alignment to receive and give,
Yes.
receive and give. And as a channeler, I'm just talking. I hope you don't mind.
No, I love you
As
speak.
a channeler, there was different times when I was learning that I could channel and should channel love. I made my commitment to love first.
Yes.
Okay. And love can be it can really tell you the dark stuff too, only so that you can look at it and go, boy, is that ever true? I relate. But it can also give you the idea and inspiration to change something
Yes.
like that, change something because you still are sovereign. You're sovereign. You can do that. But I just learned that channeling, one of the phases was I had to deal with my ego. My intentions were spot on, and
Mm,
sometimes they are upfront. But what I did was I just stopped allowing myself to make anything about me other than the fact that I had to center in to do what I do, to focus, to bring something good. And
mm,
then after I finally realized, and I see this with some channels where they're coming out and presenting what they have and they're powerful, but there's this sense of, I don't know, manipulation, and you're like, don't do that.
mm,
So when I finally released that, I was really free of what I wanted, not my will, but thine be done.
mm,
Right. And I was able to just sit down in meditation, take a few minutes and meditate. If I was in a kind of a hurry, I'm always connected. That's the key thing, is stay connected to source, to just let it come in and let it be what it is and let it just flow through you. However it comes out, consciously comes out, and let it be. And you just let it flow through you with holding the ground in the space within your being. For me, it's like connects at the solar plexus, and then it connects at the heart, and then it flows upward, out. The crown, the throat chakra, the third eye, the mind, and then the hands. And
mm.
that's how I do my thing, is it just flows out through it like that. I don't own it. I may not ever remember it again, which is why I record it. It's not for me,
Yes.
although I benefit greatly encouraging other people on their work. It's not for me, it's for someone else. And you just have to leave it. And then you have to say a blessing over your work and just say, okay, make it grow. And it's just interesting to go about this type of work, knowing, but also not knowing. And
Mm,
I'm actually like a child when I work. I get excited for people, you know, that
yes.
are making the changes or going through something or ask me for a reading and things are great. And I'm like, oh my God, this is so good for you. You have no idea how that can take you out of depression or out of a low vibe, caring about somebody else.
Yeah.
So this is really why I did my channel, my work, is to care about other people and let them know that they're amazing and valuable.
Mm. And I've known you for the last good couple of years now, and it has been such a pleasure knowing you and connecting with you, and you are an incredible channeler and a very gifted card reader as well. I mean, you have a multitude of disciplines under your cloak, not your
Thank
belt, because
you.
you have
I wish
so.
I had that blue velvet cloak like you got on. I used to.
I,
It's
I
gorgeous.
I have a secret. I want to get a purple velvet cloak. That's on my wish list.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah, but
Oh,
I'll start small.
I could, I could literally see you wearing a duster with like tucks and tails, and it's deep purple, like this tablecloth, deep purple
Yes, yes,
with purple satin all the way down, and then satin on the tails.
yeah.
Hmm.
Love that.
And maybe a few sparkles on there.
Yeah, I
That's what
love
I'm going to.
that too.
Why not? You're enjoying life, right? I'm like,
Yes.
just create a whole line of clothes.
Why not? I think, it's funny, I've been saying for years, I'm like, why do they make kids' clothes so much better than adults' clothes? Like, why can't they make them in adult sizes? They got cool lights, they're just really sweet, like beautiful designs. But I
Little
suppose it's
titties,
that,
they walk and bing, bing, bing.
yeah, but I suppose it's that connecting to that childlike innocence and playfulness. I suppose clothes as we're going along, you do get brands that have that, but yeah, I suppose I mean everyone's got their unique expression, but I there's something about kids' clothes I just love the sparkles and, and
Oh my
you
gosh.
get completely
Once you
swept
realize
away.
that what you're talking about is that glee, that inner glee, the
Mm,
inner child. It's
yeah.
a healthy inner child. A lot of people need that, a
Mm.
healthy inner child. When I'm reading, I'm like, sometimes I'm like that little child that's just as excited as you. I'm always surprised and delighted. I like that word delighted.
Yes.
Delighted. Now, delighted sounds like you're delighting, but I don't know where that came from, but I like the sound of delighted. It reminds me of like ice cream moments and
Yes. The
walking
sweetness
in the,
attached.
yeah, and the weather's great and your dog's happy. And
Yeah.
that's delighting to me, you know,
Good.
throwing rocks on the pond
Mm.
and just
I think,
being,
and you know what? And this year, I mean, it's been fairly chaotic so far. And it is the 2025 adds up to the number nine frequency. And nine is all about completion. And actually, you're a perfect soul to know to also talk about this with me because you know numerology at a deep level too. That it is endings and completeness, and it's wrapping things up. Are
I'm
you?
in the, my
Ah.
angel, my Kabbalah angel, it's the true angel of her birthday is Viulia, number 43. She's a 7. But the she represents abundance,
Mm,
automatic abundance. And abundance isn't always money, but it's great when you have a lot of money. It's abundance. And it has to do again back to that matter of receiving, knowing thyself too. I just pulled the card for us out of the archetype deck.
yeah.
I'm always spirit influence. I cannot guarantee anything I don't know. You're not going to believe it. I just got Jen.
What did you get?
Facilitate spiritual commitment, serves as a channel for spiritual energy. Priest.
Hmm.
You got the priest card.
Yeah,
Not nice.
that is gorgeous.
No accident.
No,
No accidents. Okay. There are no
no,
accidents.
they're wrong.
Yeah. And it's a high priest energy. And I assume that I'm feeling that in between us, that is between sovereignty, holy energy, trying to help people, definitely helping people. Now, you and I do different things in the
Mm,
spiritual realm when it comes to the healing elements. The opposite ends of the spectrum, and this is weird. I have a lot of people say, don't go to the past, don't go to the past, never go to the past. But some people still need to know who they are. And I can look at your Mayan chart, I can pull your numerology together, I can look at some things in your chart and your spiritual energy. And I can even see your past life energy. I
mm,
can sit across from you and I will know. That is the oddest thing to have that gift given to me because it's past life energy. And most people are like, oh, I don't want to know about that. But there's a reason you know about that. So you know more about yourself. You're coming in now. Um, you're coming into the now. How do you know? How does knowing that about yourself in your experience that you used to be married in Slovakia years and a couple of lifetimes ago, right? And you raised children. Well, it might affect you. It
mm,
might be the reason that you're desperately wanting kids,
yes.
right? And then a spiritual psychological reference, it helps some people if that's what you want. I can just get that like that and then bring it right into the moment. And when it comes to you, Jen, you do future forward healing. And this is exactly what we need. A good team, you and I. If you're working with a client that's stuck, maybe that's why. Maybe they're stuck into a pattern. Maybe they were a nun or a priest. We have priests in the past life, and they always make vows. But the body, as a Reiki master, I know that your body retains cellular knowledge and structuring.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you might not even be aware of it, but you probably made a vow somewhere in the history that's in your Akashic record. It's written, it is written, and it says, I will never marry, or, you know, I will never have sex, or I don't care about money, or something that you really need now.
Mm,
Right. And so finding those situations and helping people on that level is kind of where I go there and come here.
yeah.
And then I'll send them to you to go
Yeah.
further into the future.
Yeah.
Even though
Because
I got all the clears, I can't always see the future. I can, but I focus on the now more than anything. And
I
you're the
actually
your training is so intense. It's so beautiful to take someone way into their dream space,
Mm.
into the, not even, what you did with me was not just dream space. It was deep in my soul. You pulled out something deep in my soul. I didn't even know it was there until I realized that I was in the land I wanted to be with. I was in the sex I wanted to be. I was doing something I always wanted to do or love doing. And in a timeline I appreciated. Everything is green. You know, your meditation, your fast, what do you call it? Fast forward, future forward. Your
Future life
future forward
progression.
program. Really, really, really good one. Trust me, I've been here a long time on YouTube doing this kind of work and thousands of clients. And there's usually some common denominators about where you really want to be. And Jen is the one to help you. Please go see Jen. Go see Jen, 108 Healing Senses for that, because you're going to be blown away. I didn't know that I was going to end up in Italy. Well, the reason my mind took me to Italy is because of the green, the healthiness, the fresh air, the open spaces, the hills, the mountains, the old buildings, the productivity of having a nice little family, a nice community, a nice something healthy. And when I thought about it, you took me through it. I was making bread, right? I
Yes.
said I was making bread. Why? The bread of life,
Mm.
feed people. What was always a staple in all of time was bread, some kind of bread, you
Mm.
know, grinding and you know what I mean?
Yes.
So I don't know why that happened, but I'm delighted to know it because I feel like that's where I want to go, you
Yeah.
know?
And often when we go to a future life, so and that was I was taking you to a future life. It wasn't just this lifetime, 5 or 10 years.
Yeah,
It was going to a future life. And it's beautiful because there is so much wisdom and insight. And also if you're requiring healing to any level or degree, you will experience that too. And sometimes it's that just connecting to a more advanced version of yourself in a different energy, and you're able to connect to that frequency of yourself. And it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful facilitating as much as it is receiving. And yeah, it's a real pleasure. And actually, even a lot of my the sessions that I do, they stay with me too because they're very profound, deeply
yeah.
profound. And
I'd like
it's
to do more. I'd like to do more of that with you.
oh,
I am in a transition right now, and I know it on so many levels. So right now, I'm just easing through this. And when I'm ready, oh, you'll know. We'll really make some serious progress. Right now, though, we need to have our comfort keepers because of the shifting of the what do they say, the changing of the guard
mm,
and the actual social environment around us is like, boom, boom, the wall fell down.
yeah.
Now we're everything is exposed where we are
What
in the
would you
US.
what would you suggest to anyone watching that's connected to the US and what's happening right now? Have you got any advice or insight or wisdom to support people right now?
Mm. You know what they used to say? Who I don't know if it's a song. Believe half of what you say, what they say, and none of what you hear. Take a cautious approach to knowledge and everything you're seeing. And with all the AI, be cautious. Remember your upbringing. If you have scriptural knowledge, get in your Bible. At least it'll get you connected to a higher mindset, character building. Even if you don't agree with some of it, there's character building and there's some facts in there that shift your soul. It is inspired, and beneficial for teaching, reproving, and setting things straight. I believe that, but I believe that that's critical to have to just be look at almost everything as entertainment and trust your soul.
Yeah.
Trust your soul and your connection to divine. Build that connection to divine. You're going to have to be excruciatingly honest because God don't play.
Mm.
Your source isn't playing about you. You're a master and you're being put on the planet to master something. And only you know what that is. And if you don't, come and see me or Jen because we'll help you find it and we'll help you focus on it and we'll help you do whatever you need to do to build yourself back up again and get going. But honestly, I don't know about this world. I say, I heard this. I heard this. Now you can say what you want about my faith, but God is no respecter of persons. There's an equality here. Everything's balancing out. And whether we like it or not, we need to be in a balanced state,
Mm.
accountable, responsible. I'm working on being patient. That's a hard one. I'm working on being patient, taking deep breaths. Please do some meditation, do some real, just relax when things come at you too much, and they will come at you too much. Right now, it's 2025, and we're heading into the season of love. I really hope it is, that there's more love, because we really, really need that. We need to be receptive and able to have something to offer. And I'm just looking forward to every opportunity to spend with those that love me. I don't care who you are, a neighbor, and my grandson, and my friends, because you're easy to love and love back. There are those that are not easy to love, that are going to cross your path. But if you smile, I have finding that smiling at strangers is kind of an interesting thing. Be surprised how many's ready to smile at you.
Mm.
Really surprised. A smile can change everything.
It can change a person's entire day.
You
I've
could
had,
save their life.
yeah, yeah,
You could save their life.
I agree.
They see you smile at them. You know what that tells people? When you're really sincere and you've got that power coming out of your heart, that a God source coming out. I care about you. I love you. Let me love you. You know, that is
And
important.
yeah, and I acknowledge your existence.
Yes.
I think there's a lot
Yes.
of people
Glad
that
to see you. Like, I'm glad to see you.
you
It's so
too.
nice to see you. Where is that? There's no competition in love. There's only helping each other. You fell, okay, let me help you pick up. You fell, let me help you. You need help, I'll help you. Right.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Yes.
That's how I feel about it. And I believe there's so much more to come out from both of our work. We're
Mm.
going to meet amazing, astounding people that need what the divine has put through our path to bring forward.
Yes.
And I'm refining mine every day, and I know you are too,
Mm.
and studying. And I've been trying to get to the point where I could figure out where I could study my astrocartomancy,
Oh
you
yeah,
know, where you're supposed to live based on your chart.
love that.
And since I look at all the different charts, a lot of different charts when I'm reading for someone, there's so much to know about a person.
Mm.
But the whole objective is to encourage,
Yeah.
leave them with something good, encourage them. That's why I'm pulling a Michael card for this.
Beautiful.
So I would say our conversation today,
Mm.
remember how we're talking about taking responsibility and self-sovereignty? We're being told by Michael to be honest with yourself. Whoever comes across this video, this is your message today. You're at a halfway point. 5 represents change. You know it, I know it. We feel very, very disconcerted about certain things, probably because we can't do much about it. Look at her around her crown chakra. Do you see the glow and the lights? You see the sparkles and lights around her. She's content with that. She's content to receive messages from up higher, from the higher realms, from her divine inclusion as well within her. He says, all your feelings, even the difficult ones, have a message for you. Accept your truth, then let source take it from there. So that would be the message for whoever needed that today. And I just love synchronicities, and I love to see how they bring everything together. I find that universal love, I'm reading, I'm like, well, hell, that's exactly what's happening. Numbers are making sense. People are looking. That's what's happening out here. We're just looking for the synchronicities and everything to balance out in line. I know.
And keep coming back to love and keep trusting in love
Yeah.
over everything else. And it to some people this might sound woo, but actually what you're doing is you're tuning your frequency and your energy in a certain direction. What do they say? Misery loves company. That's plain to see. But it's the same for love. If you're loving, you will attract more love into your life. And it's the same, that whatever it is, program your life with love and trust and faith in love and source.
I'm doing Reiki, universal love for you, whoever needs this. Universal love, it is there. If you haven't noticed, there are two separate energies at the top, two separate entities. They're separated until they meet at the bottom. And then there's the two dots on the side. You understand how that works? Yeah. So you meet at the base root chakra and you grow from there. You establish your roots in a relationship. That's your two separate people. Yeah. Universal. I am his, you are his, you are me, and we're all together. All right. So I believe that people need love. And they need sincere love.
Yes. Yes.
For me, I need mercy. I'm calling for mercy. Have mercy, have mercy. That's what I'm calling.
It's I'd say love is that sovereign energy that covers both, but you need grace and you need mercy together. The love overarches all, but you do need both the divine masculine and the divine feminine within you to have strength to move forwards.
Yeah.
Even if you're in a feminine body, we still have a divine masculine energy within us, and it helps us to drive forwards, to protect ourselves, to have honor and respect for ourselves, for our time, our resources, and everything else. And it is required.
I think the reading that I did on my life today was like that. It was so stunning because here we have what happened, but then we have this divine masculine, and he's obviously a divine masculine, making them choices, but a little reticent. Why? Because he just went through spiritual warfare with possible twin flame. That's very difficult. And then to come in later and see the divine feminine, I was just like, that just doesn't happen unless they really have the message for someone. And if you'll notice, it's about the choices they're making and the character they have within, what they will tolerate and what they will not tolerate.
Yes.
How they retain the love, how they retain their power, how they retain their status as a divine being in a body.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good message today. I'm even, like I said, like a child. I look back and I go, oh my God, you did it. You told them what they needed. And please don't let it go to naught. Let someone that needs it have it, So people will come across this video and they'll be blessed by it. And I'm probably going to share it too. I have people who want to know you and they don't know you yet, and they need to know you.
And so for anyone attracted to me, and they are assigned to you as well, those that are assigned to you, again, this another reason why I wanted this platform. There is no competition. Everyone has their unique frequency. Everyone has their unique experiences and knowledge and expertise. And that's why there are assigned souls for each of us. And it is important. Like I found you along my way. You're one of those divine heavenly souls that just fell in my lap when I needed you the most. And we've got a friendship from it as well. And you're, however many thousands of miles away.
We have loyalty. We have loyalty.
Yes.
And you're one of the people that I know in my life that is truly loyal. I mean, to the bottom line. And that's the sign of a high priestess, because that's critical. Because that when you're looking at the high priestess, you see, well, she's representing the feminine, but the feminine is a caretaker, right? But she's taking care of sacred knowledge. This is what her job is, sacred knowledge. Whatever she's trained to do, she's taking care of it. But there are some things that are so sacred, you have to be ready for it. You have to be deserving of it and ready for it. And that would be what's behind her, behind the curtain. And I call that the most holy. You know, where the Ark of the Covenant is, the covenant, the Ark of the Covenant behind that priest's curtain. You know what I mean? What you can't see is the most holy. What really lies in the deep seat of the divine person that has all these gifts and holds that space of responsibility. And not just anybody can frou-frou on a priest,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Free, free.
It's a calling. It's an assignment, and you cannot copy it. You cannot fake it. You will lose because you're not getting the proper download from God. It's
Yes.
straight from God's source, and He says, and you do. You keep some things to yourself. You might know some critical things, but it's not about holding information on anybody. It's more about being available for when they need something. They need to know something or learn how to something you've already learned. And this is what I call like the high priestess. That's the chick that holds space. She's like, you want to know what holding space is? I'll teach you how to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that holding space thing. We should talk about that sometime.
Yes. Yes. And I would say it does involve grace, mercy, and love.
And the greatest of these is love.
Mm.
I
Compassion.
like grace.
Compassion, I
I
would say,
think
is
we can
probably the
treat one.
word that holds all of that frequency. Is when you have compassion for yourself and you really learn compassion for yourself, which doesn't involve like deep love and acceptance and just
You know what it just occurred to me?
mm,
You know, we break down words so we can understand them. The word compassion is based on compass and action.
ah,
Shion was action. I learned that in the medical. So this is compass and action. Compassion. Compassion is an act of following your north node and taking action with it
yeah.
towards a lighthearted approach to someone or some situation.
Mm,
So I'm thinking that more people need compassion on themselves.
yes. And I tell you, when this is not true compassion, is if you make promises to yourself that you don't see through, or you also hear promises from other people, but their actions do not align with their words.
Right.
As a
Then what do? You show compassion on yourself for not understanding or not knowing how.
yeah.
And you say, I forgive you for not knowing how. I open up to learn how. I'm soft. I'm ready. I want to know how, but I'm not mad at myself.
That's it.
I picked up this saying in the last year or two. I don't know. I apply it to so many things. It's this. Someone says, I'm sorry I didn't call you back. I'm like, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you. You know, and it sounds careless, but it's not. It's very well thought out. Very well thought out because it's holding space.
Yeah.
What space are you holding? I'm angry that you didn't call me back. Oh, you ruined my day. Or, oh, I got something else I need to do. I guess they're busy. I guess that understanding kicks in and you're like, I'm not mad at you.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at me.
Mm. It's, you know what it also is you're able to step into the other person's shoes because you have
Yeah.
compassion for yourself. You're like, sometimes life happens, like, and you can't get around it, or you're having a bad day or a week, whatever it might be, and we go through it. And when we have that softness for ourselves, we're able to have that compassion and softness for others to a point. I will say to a point, because if people keep keep doing it, then you might have to put more
The
healthy
bear when
boundaries.
he gets trapped, right? It's our nature. Poke the bear too many times.
Yeah,
You know, you're right. I am loving this. I'm so glad we got together to talk this way because,
too.
yeah, you have to pull me out of my shell sometimes.
Well,
You know,
I feel like that's one of the things that I'm very good at is getting people to come out of their shells in a really
good.
sweet, soft, graceful way where they don't feel, because actually there's so many beautiful souls. They have so much quality heart to share, but they might just their confidence isn't quite there yet. And it's taken me years to get to where I am now, and I know I'm always developing and improving myself as well. So I love to be able to help people and give them a hand when they need it. And then the same happens to me when I need it as well. It's beautiful. That is love in action. And I
Yeah,
attract those that reciprocate. That's an important word for this year.
yeah,
In my soul, reciprocation, balance. If it's not balanced, why is it not balanced? And is it still serving me or the situation? Because if it's not, then release it if you're able to, or change it. But don't stay stuck in that energy of like, oh, I feel resent, or I feel obliged to do whatever the thing is. You don't need to. And that's where that like really healthy boundary comes in places like, your pain is not my pain, especially if that's a you problem, not a me problem. So I think as big hearts, empaths, sensitive souls, it's easy to be like, taking on everyone else's problems as your own. But that's not the case. We can't work effectively if you're constantly picking up everyone else's baggage. That's not self-responsibility. And also in the process, you'll be picking up their karma as well, because they need to learn the lesson. They need to go through it. They need to recognize that their actions and their behaviors, they're not they're not healthy. They're not healthy for
that's a
themselves or anyone around.
You're not allowed to dump. You're not allowed to dump your emotions on people. It's like, wait a minute, I'm processing what happened yesterday, you know.
Yeah.
Because really, I think a wise person will sit back and mull something over just long enough to come up with a really reasonable understanding of what it actually is. And once you realize what triggers, well, then you can shift it, you know. But as
Yeah.
far as like not wanting, like coming out of their shell, I think it's more, I don't know, shyness. It can't be shyness. You just have to, everybody has this voice. Everybody has something to say and do. I just wish the best for everybody to pull up out of it and just do. Just do. Just be confident. I
Yeah.
don't have any trouble singing online. I
I love
used
you
to.
singing. I love you singing. I love, honestly, I've heard you so many times singing. You're doing your readings, and I love it when you break into song. I'm like, oh, you always just it's just so much love in my heart and a big smile on my face whenever I'm listening to you. And it might not always be live. I might be like chopping dinner or something, or whatever
Right.
I'm up to. But yeah. If you're looking for a very special soul card reading and real wisdom and insight from the universe, please go and follow and subscribe and like and have a session with Robin. She's fantastic. And also, I would like to absolutely product placement. your
Oh, well, thank you very much.
your
I also have it in this spray bottle.
Ooh,
All your pH water, high pH water. This is a 2 ounce spray bottle. It's the same kind of thing, but yours is transportable. Oh my God, you guys. Oh wow. Ah, I spray my sheets with it. It's so pure. I mean, literally, you could spray it all around your whole body. You know.
what's in the ingredients again? It's rose, isn't it?
Oh my gosh, I can't tell you everything.
Well, it's
I was one ingredient I'm going to keep off, but the reason I'm keeping it off is it's very, very, it's a flower, but it is not a typical flower. You're not going to find it everywhere. It's not Hawaiian. I'm just going to say that. But it's mainly because love and lovers, it's the rose and patchouli blend with the blue lotus. And I get a real high vibrational blue lotus oil, and I have this perfect blend, and then I top it off with that other scent, which is amazing, light and light and beautiful. I think it is. I think it's very elegant and it's refreshing in its own way too.
mm,
But it's for lovers, and
yeah.
it's for lovers or self lovers.
Yes. Self-love, love.
Because I live alone, I got a cute apartment. I live alone. I always do loving things for myself.
Yes.
I'll prepare like snacks and I can eat on the way. Loving things for yourself are very critical right now for these hard times.
Yes. Yeah, not just
Prepare in advance,
what was that, sorry?
prepare in advance to love yourself somehow, you know? It's like, oh, I'm gonna go after this is done. I'm gonna go and do something cool. You know,
Yeah, yeah. Or eat or make a delicious dinner that has my favorite ingredients in, or
of course.
whatever it could be, or have a nice bath or a foot bath. I love it. It actually starts to become fun. I think maybe for those that maybe haven't really thought about what kind of self-care, self-loving acts could I do, but it could be the smallest things. But actually, like yesterday, I got a coloring book. It was a tarot coloring book for Christmas.
Oh, fun.
And I got my pencils out and I started coloring. I was like, I really like this. I could spend hours on the computer editing and doing I do graphic work as well. And it was just so nice to switch off. It was creative, it was colors, but it was all paper and it was just natural. So that was something I thought, oh, actually, this is something I really like. I really, really like.
I discovered that it's mindfulness
Mm,
in a different way. It's mindfulness without being bombarded. You're
yeah.
mindfully choosing. Isn't that great? I just drop everything down and I'm uploading a reading or a video or something. And I'm on my other phone and my legs are up and I'm relaxed and I'm in a meditative state and I'm eating apples and carrots. And I know I'm doing good by myself, so I don't feel guilty. My body says thank you. My mind says thank you. Sip on my tea or coffee, whatever I have, and just sit back and like do that nurture thing and then just start playing solitaire or start doing something like that. You will still be solving problems, but
Mm,
not important ones
mm,
and not for other people.
yes. And actually, it's that neutral time. No, you're not really ingesting any information in and you're not giving any energy or thought outwards. It's just that really quiet. And I like playing card games as well, actually. That's very mind calming. So kind of like mind emptying, actually. I don't really think about anything else other than just that thing. It's wonderful. It's very just centered and
Yeah.
balanced. And maybe that's all again more of the things that we can be doing when times
Mhm.
get tricky or you feel like you're going through challenging periods in your life is do the things that like bring a smile to your face or just make you feel peaceful. Important, and nature is a big one.
Coloring, sitting in a recliner, playing a game, even if it's reading, even whatever it is, even if it's bowling,
Yeah.
just love it. Just love it. It'll love you back
Mm.
as long as it's upright. you know, anything that affects the energy of someone else in a negative way. No, but normally, yes, just enjoy it, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And as a woman, I really love, the lotions and the oils and the sprays and that kind of self-care.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important, especially at my age, moisturizing, so there's so many options for loving yourself and,
Yeah.
you
And
know,
sometimes it's just do a little bit at a time. Do a little
vitamin.
every day.
I've got a body cream, a body perfume of this Blue Lotus Love Oil too.
Fabulous.
So that's very nice. Yeah, I'm going to make a new batch probably this afternoon. So I've got those that are going up on the website now, and those will be available. I would like to sell it as a kit, but let's see, let's get some things in people's hands and let them experiment and feel it and see if they like it. I think that's the best way to do that. You
Yeah.
know, Keep everything at a lower price, let them have access to it. If they like it, they'll come back. I believe in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know I always go back for the things I like, you
Yeah.
know.
It's when they make you feel good and they lift, like, especially like essential oils and beautiful natural products, and the both of us make essential oil and botanical products that they just lift your spirit. It's fabulous. Like you think, oh, it's just for your body. No, body, mind, spirit, your heart, everything is just it's like
Completely altered. Yeah. It's altered by the scent, the sound, but then again, remember who we are. We're definitely going to do that because we're sentient beings that way. We
Ooh,
get our messages through scent and sound and light, some of us. And yeah, I actually, it's funny you should say that because I found some doTERRA roll-on. It's called Motivate, and I had it in my car. I'm like, yes. I'm like, I'm like, yes, I'm going somewhere, and I felt so revitalized, So yeah, doTERRA is a good product.
Yeah.
There's many of them. You just create your own, whatever's suited to you, and I do that as well.
Yeah.
So
It's wonderful. Yeah, I would definitely say anyone in the States looking for beautiful essential oils. I mean, it doesn't matter whoever you resonate with, but I
you
would
know,
always say to people, hey, if you what was that?
I'm very intuitive and psychic, And when I created this scent here, this is Attract Love and Abundance.
Mm,
Little did I know that Lang Lang, which is a Chinese Oriental scent, very nice, very nice. Lang Lang was for pulling you out of NUE, which is like the Four of Cups, where you really, yeah, you've had some hardships in love. You don't feel real loved. You don't feel like giving love. You're just not feeling it.
mm,
And that can turn into depression.
mm,
And so Lang Lang is great for depression or people that haven't stepped into the place where they're ready for love yet. But it pulls you out of that place where that place that's deceiving you into thinking you're not worthy of love,
yeah.
and you are. And I put sandalwood in it too, so that you have that sandalwood is high vibrational earth tone that they use in a lot of worship, Catholic
Yes.
churches and things. Their candles are sandalwood. You're like, wow, this smells good. Isn't
Mm,
that funny? I love scent. I think
yeah.
it matters on your well-being.
It does. And even just the small things. And if you've not tried essential oils, absolutely do. But I mean, you probably get the same. You get that sensory experience when you open an orange or a clementine. And the juice goes, psh, and you kind of get.
Oh,
You might get it in your sprayed in your
yes.
face. You're like, oh, it's gorgeous, and it's still that kind of similar experience. Less
Orange
juicy,
cloves,
but you know.
cloves and lemon, cloves and lemon. And if you have no oils, I'm going to suggest something.
Mm,
Fill a little pot with like a cup of water and put
nice.
one bay leaf, maybe a slice of lemon, whatever you have, maybe apple if you want to add apple to it. Be my guest. It won't hurt a thing. Whatever you have on hand,
Yeah.
that is like even cinnamon or clove,
Mm,
you
yes.
know, just absolutely just rosemary, whatever just a little bit. Though rosemary is powerful, just a little bit of the powerful ones, and watch your house just absolutely. The whole energy shifts in your house
Mm.
from dirty sock smell to
And it's true. You don't realize it until you have beautiful scents flowing through your home.
yeah, she's like a medieval kitchen with the windows wide open. I like the medieval stuff myself. Anyway,
It
oh, what a treat!
has been a real treat. I always love
Now
speaking
that's my
with
partner, love.
you.
What a treat!
Yeah,
So it's sure raising my vibration being here right now.
and mine too. My heart sparkles. Absolutely. And it always
Yeah,
sparkles when I connect with you.
I do love the idea that we're going to be able to refine what we know and do with YouTube. I'm glad that you signed up to be on that with me.
Looking forward to it.
Masterclass. And then I am extending an invitation to anyone that joins on February 4th at 6 p.m. You go to my website and you sign up under events. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm still available afterwards if you need a little help setting up, by donation, of course. It's only by donation. The course I had to claim there because I'm claiming a time slot, and not doing anything else. So that's the reason. But it's worth it.
Will it
I
be
just
available? Will it be available after it being a live
I
session?
think so. I think what we're going to do is try to record it. I worked on the course last night and have just tons of links for you to
Ah,
use. Links are going to be critical in your decision making. But I'm going to give you some inside guidance.
I'm
You
looking
know,
forward to it.
old school, old girl. Look at this hair, is so flat. You should have seen it all curled up. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Beautiful.
This is my natural color, but I do love red and pink. So you never know when I'm going to change it.
You suiting that kind of golden radiance through your hair right now. I thought that the other day. I thought, you've yes, you have shifted shifted your frequency from that requiring of the red, that passion color.
Yeah, root chakra. Yeah,
Uh,
I'm in the crown chakra energy right now.
yes, it's suit and
Really, the year before was the energy. It was a solar plexus, a sacral, and then just I'm just in that.
yeah, and it suits you. It does suit you. Your red suits you too, but right now, yeah, you're it's perfect. It's perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. I like I said, I love doing in-person work
Yeah,
because I get to wrap my arms around you
yeah.
and let you know what it feels like to receive that beautiful Reiki love, that beautiful love. Um, it doesn't belong to us. We
Mm,
just carry it. I told you, like holding space. So
mm,
we should have another session where we're inviting people in on the discussion of holding space.
mm.
Call attention to the high priestess and the divine, masculine and feminine. Divine is the key word. Divine people already know. You know where the space is, don't you? It's not in your head. It's not in your heart. It's in the psychic realm. It's in the realm where divine holds it for you like a promise.
Yeah.
You know, I want to talk about that a little more. Um, anyway, well, your girl is off to go get some. Actually, it's 2:30 in the afternoon, but there's this restaurant I go to. It's a French restaurant, and I'm crazy. I'm going to share this with you because, well, we're friends. But they've got this one a crepe that's made out of buckwheat, so it's gluten free.
Oh yeah.
And then they big old crepe too. And then they cover it. They cover it with goat cheese, fresh goat cheese, and figs.
Ooh.
And then they grill it together and flip it over. Then they put these really great greens on there, oil and vinegar on top greens, and walnut and honey and balsamic. And let me tell you what, it's worth every penny as a personal treat. So your girl's heading out to go have that
Oh,
and do some self love, right? It's either that or go out once in a while and grab you some tofu or grab you something you love to eat because there's nothing better than nurturing your body in a healthy way.
yes.
But
Absolutely.
makes your vibration go pop.
Yeah.
Mine does.
Yeah, and mine. Mine too. Mine too. So before you leave, to go get your fabulous crepe, but perhaps one day we can share one.
I love
How-
that. I'd love to make you one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. All right. It's a date, whenever that will be. But how can people find
In the
you?
promised land, baby.
How can people find you?
They can find me on my website for sure. And that's www.Robin's Realm, like a queen, readings. There are S's on the Robinson readings, but there are no apostrophes. I did that on purpose because of the algorithm. So robinsrealmreadings.com and contact me or select something on there. And at this moment, I am on Wix. I have a Wix website and it's been a trouble for me. So I have someone switching everything over
Mhm.
into a WordPress right now. So that should be a lot easier for me to work with. And I'm just trying to be patient. It feels like I'm up in the air, like, what do I post? Do I post? Yeah, it's all coming together beautifully, but you can still find me. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all of them,
Fabulous.
Zelle, PayPal, whatever you want. It's all the same name and
Wonderful.
it hasn't changed
And
at all.
I will post all of your links on this video as
Oh, well, thank you very much. I actually have a link tree I just finally set up,
well. Oh,
but
fabulous.
I'm old girl. I'm old school. I do things different.
You're
I
young.
like hands on. I love to be hands on with people. But I have been, one more thing. I don't know why. It's sort of like the energies have opened up and I'm able to talk to relatives on the other side. A mediumship skill is coming through a
Yeah.
lot. I read for a lot of people and their parents or somebody, and they were like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Whoa!" It happens,
Yeah.
you know. So these are the things that we're capable of doing. But if there's one thing I want to do more than anything, is to encourage you.
Yes.
I always say, see you in the promised land, baby.
Yeah, I love that. I'm so looking forward to speaking again with you soon, Robin, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. Enjoy your crepe and maybe take a photo and send me it.
I will, I will,
I
I
love
will, I
food.
promise. I will, I will. You pick out something that you really love so much and it raises your vibration so much. I want to see it. I want to know. I want
Yeah,
to be.
yeah, same. Same.
I'm I'm very careful about being haughty about posting things with because people are sensitive
Yeah.
and you don't want to offend anybody who doesn't have, you
Mm.
know, because I worked hard to be where I'm at and have what I have, but that doesn't mean, so we have to stay humble.
Yeah, absolutely. And share
Thank
our
you. Thank
share our wins as
you.
well. Yeah, loads of love, and we'll
Thank
speak
you, Pat.
soon. Soon.
Be talking soon again because I do want to go through the future forward with you again. And I want to invite a lot of people. They need to experience that. That's not like what I do. It's different. It's better. It's more advanced. I wouldn't say better, it's just more advanced. It's very copacetic. How do
Yeah,
you say that? You know,
absolutely.
listen to these little hands today. They're just going crazy.
Yeah,
I'll
lots
just
of
give you
heat.
some love. Oh,
Oh,
give you some healing. How about that?
that's it.
Crown chakra healing. Crown chakra healing. This is how I do it.
Wonderful.
Anyway,
Oh, that was very
all
sparkly
righty.
on my heart too. So thank you so much. Lots of
You're
love,
welcome.
and we'll
I
speak
love
again
you
soon.
very, very much.
I
I
love
love you very much.
I
More
love
than you know, probably. Can you feel it?
I can feel
Good.
it. I can feel you always. Lots of
All
love.
right.
We'll